Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu to the rescue. Let's continue today with writing equations from a function table, part 2. So we have a function table, we have the x values, which are 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we have the y values, which are 12, 9, 6, and 3. And we need again to find the rate or the slope. We need to find the slope first. And then we need to find the starting value, and remember the starting value is our b, our y-intercept. We need to find the b. And then finally we need to write the equation into this form, y equals mx plus b. But remember, first we need to find a pattern. We need to find a pattern between the x values and the y values. Changes in the y over changes in the x. So let's see, from 12 to 9, we had to subtract 3. 12 minus 3 equals 9. From 9 to 6, we also had to subtract 3. And from 6 to 3, we subtracted 3. So our changes in the y is negative 3. Okay? And now let's see if we can find the values for y, the changes in the x actually. From 2 to 3 we increase by 1. From 3 to 4 we also increase by 1. From 4 to 5 we also increase by 1. So we have negative 3 over positive 1. And negative 3 divided by 1 becomes negative 3. So m equals negative 3. So we found the m. We found the m in this case, and that is negative 3. Let's continue to find the b, okay? So in order for us to find the b, we need to find the b when the y value when x equals 0. But in this case, we don't have any values of x that are 0, which means we need to use this formula, y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b, and we are going to choose any of the ordered pairs, okay? Usually we choose the numbers that are smaller, so let's choose 2 and 12. 2 is going to be our x, 12 is going to be our y, that's 12, that's 2, and the negative 3 is going to be our m. We are going to substitute those values for y, m, and x in order for us to find the b. So instead of y, we are going to substitute 12. So we have 12 equals, instead of m, is negative 3. And instead of x, we have 2 times 2 plus b. Okay? So we have 12 equals negative 3 times 2 becomes negative 6 plus b. And then we have to add 6 on both sides. This cancels, so we get b equals 12 plus 6 becomes 18. So our b is 18. We got a b, we got an m. Now we can write the equation in y equals mx plus b form. b was 18. So our final answer is y equals negative 3x plus 18. Please remember, in this case, we are not given the values of x being 0. So because we did not have any values of x 0, we have to substitute the 2 and the 12 into our y equals mx plus b formula, and then substituted negative 3 for the m in order for us to find the b. Pay attention carefully to this, okay? We have to do this work in order for us to find the b if they're not giving us 0 for x in the problem or in the function table. Let's continue with another example. Let's look at this example here, okay? We need to find the rate. Again, we need to find the slope, the m, okay? And let's try to create a pattern again, see if we find any patterns. From 0 to 6, we add 6. From 6 to 12, we are adding also 6. From 12 to 18, we are adding 6 again. And from 18 to 24, we are adding 6. So our delta y, or the changes in the y values, is plus 6. And now let's find delta x, or the changes in the x values. From negative 2 to negative 1, we are adding 1, because we are in the negative world. From negative 1 to 0, we are also adding 1. From 0 to 1, we are also adding 1. And from 1 to 2, we are also adding 1. So the changes in the x is plus 1. So our slope is 6 divided by 1 is 6. So this is our slope. And now let's find the, I'm doing a YouTube video here. I'll do it in a moment. Let's find the starting value, and the starting value is our b. So let's find the b here for us. So in order to find the b again, we need to look at any values for x being 0, right? We gotta find when x equals 0, the other order pair is our y-intercept. And obviously we have this order pair 0 and 12. This is our x is 0. And that means our b, or our y-intercept, is 12. In this case, they are giving us x being 0. So the y-intercept is 12. So b equals 12. So we got a b, we got an m. So now we are ready to write our equation. Y equals mx plus b. So we have y equals, m is 6, x, and b is 12 plus 12. Y equals 6x plus 12, and that's our equation. Okay? Let's continue with another example. And in this example, let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see if we can find any patterns. Again, our hope is to find the m, the slope, and then the y-intercept. But let's see if we can find the slope by looking at the pattern changes in the y, and then we are going to do changes in the x. From negative 3 to negative 1, we are adding 2. But now let's take a look what happens from negative 1 to positive 2. Here we are adding 3. So it's not the same pattern. Let's look from 2 to 5, and here also we are adding 3. These numbers don't match. Let's look at the x. We have negative 1, 0. From negative 1 to 0, we are adding 1. From 0 to 1, we are adding 1. Here we see a pattern. And from 1 to 2, we are adding 1. Okay? So x is okay, but here for the y, we do not have a pattern, which means this function table is not going to create a linear function. So it's not going to be linear. Not linear. It's not going to be linear. And let's prove it. Let's graph these order pairs and find, let's see if we get a line or not a line. We'll see. Let's see. Let's do the order pair. So the first order pair is negative 1, negative 3. Second order pair, 0, negative 1. Third order pair, we have 0, 1, 2. And finally, we have 2 and 5. Let's graph those on the number line. So we have negative 1, negative 3. Negative 1, negative 3 is going to be right here somewhere. So this one is done. Let's graph 0, negative 1. X is 0. Y is negative 1 is going to be right here. So far, we can create a line because we have only 2 points. But now let's look at this one. We have x is 1, y is 2. X is 1, y is 2. So in this case, it's not going to be a line. It's going to be curvy that way. And finally, we have x is 2, y is 5. X is 2, y is 5. So it's going to be here somewhere. So if we connect those dots are not going to produce a line. So it's going to be something like that, right? You see that there is a slight curve to the right, going that way. And this is not a line. So we can say that this function is not a linear function. Not a linear function, because if we connect the dots, we don't get a line. And we also see that we do not have a pattern for the y values. Okay? I hope you can find the distinction between a linear function and not a linear function. And again, thank you so much for watching. And I appreciate your likes and subscription. And please share this video with your friends, your classmates, and your family members. And I'll see you in the next video. All the best.